I want to bring in our leaders for our discussion today. Excited to have with us Lauren Lynch, who's a high school senior and a part of Girls Inc. of Chicago. Indira Diaz-Walder, who also is a senior and takes part in Girls Inc. of Santa Fe. Levy Martinez, who is a Girls Inc. alumna from Girls Inc. of Santa Fe, and Lauren Gonzalez, who is a senior this year, and she is with Girls Inc. of San Antonio. So hello. So good to have everybody. I'm going to start us off and talking a little bit with Indira and with Levy. So the two of you were 2 of 10, I believe, girls who planned and held a congressional candidate forum, Smart Girls, Bold Questions, back in January. And this forum featured 8 political leaders, was attended by more than 400 community members, including 100 girls, which is incredibly impressive. You all decided what the questions were, where you wanted to focus. You asked the questions and really gave your views on the future that you want to see for your community. So we really applaud you in the work that you're doing and that you did. So I guess the first question for Levy, if you want to take it, is why was it important to speak with these candidates and bring this event into being?
For me, it was really important because we were able to show not only the Girls Inc. girls, but everyone in our community that we have a voice and we have questions that we want answered. And we know what's going on in our community and we want to voice our opinions and our beliefs and stuff like that. And we want to be heard. And it was a way for us to be heard and showing younger girls that our candidates and our older people do care about what we have to say and do want to know how we feel about the world around us. So it was really nice to just voice our voices.
Yeah. What were some of the issues that you all brought to surface and shared with the folks that were there?
We covered a lot of reproductive health for women and education and environmental stuff like recycling and all of that.
Yeah. So when you think about having the idea and doing the work and the planning and the preparation for this event to happen, and then you get there and you have a sea of people, you've got girls who are in the place and have this space, right? How did that feel for you to see all of that come together?
It felt super empowering and rewarding to just know that we did it and that we can do something like that. And it was really nice to know that we worked so hard for it and to do this and just see it all come out and be very successful. It's amazing.
Indira, when you think about early on your thoughts on what you would be able to accomplish, or was anything surprising for you, or what are some of your reflections having been a part of the event?
Some of my reflections were that it was so large and I didn't realize so many people within our community were willing to show up and listen, as well as the candidates were really willing to listen.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and New Mexico is a good example of a place where beginning to elect people who have very different experiences, and what a different conversation that is with members of Congress who actually might be able to relate to a little bit of our lived experience. So how did that feel? I don't know who all came to the forum, but what an exciting and important thing to do. How did it make you feel, Indira? What was it? I'm sure it's a little intimidating, maybe, but tell me.
Well, I think it was more exciting for me personally because I started seeing these members who wanted to represent our state start looking like me and thinking certain things similarly to me. And it also just inspired me for the future that there are spots and opportunities for women, and especially women of color, to feel represented and seen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
Uh,
I really,
Go for it.
and I really enjoyed the fact that it was more of a conversation, rather than just like a debate or just them like answering how it would usually be. You know what I mean? Like it was more of a conversation, and we were able to get to know them better as like people, and not just like these people who are running for our Congress.
Right. The way politics should be.
For me, it was what made me keep going is I have younger like girl cousins, and I always tell them like your wisdom and your education is something that can never be taken from you. Never. Like if you know what you're talking about and you are intelligent and you're one of the smartest people in the room and you know how to reach out to people and touch people's not only their brains but their hearts, that's the most important thing that you can do. And seeing girls that I used to go to Girls Inc. So I am an alumni, right? And like seeing young girls at Girls Inc. recognizing me when I go in, saying, "Hi, Levy," and I always talk to them and I'm like, "What are you learning in school?" And I always like push them learning in school and like getting good grades and knowing that they are smart enough to do these things is what motivates me every single day. And I remember going to a few events and like younger girls would come up to me that I've known for years saying like, "How do you do this? Like you're so bold and you talk and you're not afraid to like maybe even push some buttons, you're not afraid to do it." And I'm like, "Cuz I know that I am smart. I know that I'm educated and I know where I stand in the world. And as long as you know that, you're okay." And that's what I try to push in young women all of the time. And in myself, because sometimes it's hard to remember who you are when everybody is telling you that you are something completely different. But you have to stick to to yourself and be bold, not only outwardly, but inwardly, and know that you are enough and know that you are educated and that you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well said. Thank you for sharing.
I'm just curious, who are the folks you look to when you need support?
For me, it's definitely my mom, I would have to say, because I was raised by a single mom, and no matter what she made, like she provided, and she was strong, and she's the reason why I was in Girls Inc. and why I've been surrounded by so many amazing, strong women my entire life. And I think that having this opportunity to have this support system of just strong women for years has made me into who I am today. And like I can say that I love who I am and that I am strong, smart, and bold, and that I can turn to any of these women no matter what I'm going through. And it definitely started with my mom.
I'd also say my mom. I feel like she raised me to try and change the world, and doing it through advocacy feels right. And I think also I'd have to accredit some of the counselors at Girls Inc. of Santa Fe really helped me to grow along the years and deal with a lot of different traumas that I've experienced.
Any final words for girls who are interested in following your footsteps and just creating change of their own?
Well, I'll let your panelists go. Go, Levy.
Just stay educated about the world around you, and try to learn as much as you can about every culture, even if you're not interested in it. Learn about it. It's important. And I don't know, just people change people, and that's what you have to remember. And if you can put a positive impact on everybody that you come in contact with, and just learn.
I would say just unapologetically be you, because that's all you can be, and just inspire kindness and change within yourself as well as other people.